Okay, peeps, I don't know how to do this really. I'm not so good at talking on camera, but my wheel career has advanced to a point in time where I think I need to document some of the stuff that I'm doing. Um, so I guess I'm going to start doing that. I'll try and do that as often as I can, or as often as I have several updates for my wheels. So right now, let's see. I've been door dashing a lot. I'll start off, first thing is first. With the gear that I'm using while I DoorDash, I figured I'd do a little update because my gear has updated quite a bit. So I'll start from the head down. This is my helmet. I have the Sedisi, what is it called? The Strata 2. And this is a something you can pick up at Cycle Gear locally. I think it was about 300 bucks. And I have on it there, I have an A30 from Amazon, and that's just so that I can get my Bluetooth to my helmet, and I can hear my buzzer from Darkness Bot, which I use Darkness Bot because I have Apple iPhones and they don't have EUC World app for iPhones. So I get my buzzer in my ear with Darkness Spot with my A30, and I can also hear turn-by-turn directions while I'm delivering food in there. You'll see right now I have a clear lens on. I use my clear lens for nighttime. I need to get another pin lock for my clear lens. I also have, this helmet actually looks way better. It came with both lenses, the clear lens and the tinted lens, and you can see there's a pin lock in there. And this little thing here, and what that pin lock does is that prevents fog ups. You can see it says pin lock right there. And that prevents this lens from fogging up. Well, I need to get another one for my night lens because nighttime is when you get more foggy typically. But in the winter here it gets cold and you get fogged up all the time. So DC Strata 2, no complaints. Very comfortable fit. Came with 2 different lenses. I just bought some pin locks for it. It's even got the visor, which I never really used, the little flip down visor. But yeah, maybe if I remembered it was there, I'd probably use it. But I always forget. My only problem is I get pollen in my eyes and stuff, so I have to wear some safety glasses inside of my helmet there. So that's my helmet that I've been using recently, and so we're going from the head down. And then what I would do for my jacket, this is also a Cycle Gear special. This is this DC top, and this is I'm not sure what it's called, what the jacket is called, but it has 2 liners in it. It's really cool. It's got a liner for heat and a liner for rain. Let's see if I can show you both liners. Here's one of the liners, and here's the other liner. See, this liner prevents the rain from getting you, and this liner is a thermal liner. So there's 2 different liners in this jacket, so it's really nice. I deliver food in 35-40 degrees in Portland like it's nothing. So when I have this jacket, it's definitely nice to use. I'm nice and warm and comfy in here. It's got external pockets for my keys and phones and things like that. I can trim it up a little bit so there's not all this slack flapping around if I wanted to. I left the shoulder armor in, but I took out the pads, the elbow pads. And that's because I use my Dainese elbow pads and my Dainese knee pads inside underneath of these. So there's my jacket. Nice 2-layer, nice thick jacket. My wife got me that. Really like it. I'm not cold anymore. I put a long sleeve on under this or a sweater on under this, and I'm warm down to 35-40 degrees, no problem. And that has been tested. There's even a little phone pocket in there, so that's a pretty good jacket. And then for the pants, I got the matching Sedisi pants, and these are, for me, they're a size large. I'm 6.5 foot tall, so the size large fits me. I only weigh 165 pounds though, so I'm really skinny, but the size large fits me good. These guys got pockets for storing phones and keys. They got a button and a buckle in the zip up area. They got Velcro here for keeping water out, and they got internal pockets. These are also double lined. They match the jacket, so you can see one liner here, the red, and then one liner here, the black. So that's the rain liner, and then that is the heat liner. And if you take them all out, it's ventilated. So this works for the summer, through the winter, through the whole year round. This is a great little getup. And I tell you what, it's got these nice. It's got a built-in belt, so you can trim it up. You don't need a belt on this thing. It has some pant leg. You can let the air in, or you can trim up your pant leg. It's got a nice butt on it, and the jacket and the pants do zip together, and they have the bungee elastic stuff, so when you're bending over and stuff that they stretch. And it did come with an extra zipper. That extra zipper is around here somewhere. I don't have it with me right this second. I believe it's up there on my shelf. So yeah, I have the nice Sadisi suit and nice Sadisi helmet, and those all go together. And for the shoes, I got some nice matching Dainese. These are York Air, Dainese York Air, and they're so good because when I'm rubbing on the wheel battery boxes, they have this plastic ankle nub protectors right here, and for crashing, they protect your ankle nubs. They're high tops, so your ankle nubs don't get messed up, and they're pretty stiff too. I've crashed in them twice now, and there's not even any marks on them. So I honestly want to buy a second pair of these, because if they do ever get worn out, like you see the bottom, it's starting to get worn out a little bit. If they do ever get worn out, they'll probably wear out like once a year or whatever. If they do ever get worn out, I'm going to want to buy another pair of these. And they've come down in price from $200 to $100. So if you can find these, get you some. They're awesome. Dainese York Air. They're great shoes for wheeling. High tops, ankle protection, plastic inserts, all that. Hard soles. Very good shoes. If you can find these, grab them. Let's see here. So, more of my gear. For the elbow pads, I'm using the Dainese elbow pads. I've crashed them. They work fine, no problems. They go under my jacket. For the leg armor, knee and shin armor, I'm using the Dainese. I forget what these called, like EV1 or something like that. I forget. And you can see I've crashed in those. And taken a few crashes, and they're just fine. I have no problems with these. I really like them. Very flexible, fit well. Can put them on over anything, put them on under anything, whatever. They go underneath my suit, along with the Dainese elbow pads. I have a somewhat minimal chest protector. This is from my mountain biking days, and that's where my camera mounts. When you guys see me doing DoorDash videos, my camera is attached to my chest right here. And I have a little camera protector that I designed in there. So that's my little EVS chest protector there. It's got a small back protector on it too. It's very minimal, not a large one. It protects my upper back, but not my lower back. So I've broken ribs before on my mountain bikes, and I got this afterwards, and this thing just fits really well. You can tell, look at the places where it flexes and everything. This thing just fits you perfect when you wear it. And that was fairly inexpensive. And you can put a GoPro mount right on it and put a zip tie through it just like that, and you can run all your GoPros through there. Let's see what else I got. So this is something new that me and my wife started doing. These are tortoise pads. These are padded impact protection shorts, because the last time I crashed, I think I broke my hip. And it's been injured ever since. And so these are, we wear these now underneath our suit for impact protection, and these are probably the best impact short protection you can get. They're really good on the butt bone area, the tailbone area, and the hip area, and they've even got some lower thigh protection too. And then they're nice and breathable. You can see right through them. Look at all that. So these are tortoise pads. They're about $100 a pair, whatever. You guys should look into those if you don't have any hip or butt protection. They fit right under all your pants or all your regular other gear. I've had no problems with those. And then for gloves, right now I'm just using some Fox carbon knuckle, short length, you know, just some basic gloves, nothing too fancy. I've had Dainese gloves before, and I've had other gloves that were a lot better, but this is just all I got right now. So I really like to wear those with the E-Wheels wrist guards. Yeah, these are the E-Wheels brand wrist guards. So if you're wearing this and this, your wrist is protected and your knuckles are protected, and everything else is up in your jacket under several layers. So that's pretty good protection. I also have the where do they go? what are those other ones called? The Demon Flex meters. I have those too, but man, those things are huge and bulky and they're hard to use. These are a lot easier and quicker to use. Probably less protective, but quicker and easier to use, that's for sure. And they let you get around more flexible. Here's the phone mounts I've been using. I've tried a few different phone mounts, and I've ended up with this one because you can detach your phone, and you can take pictures of your food with it. You just flex your phone upward, take pictures of your food real quick, and it works really well on your wrist because when you're riding around, you can look up and boom, there it is. You know, so you're kind of just like, let's see, that might be just about it for gear updates. This is my delivery bag for right now. It was just something I got off Amazon for 20 bucks. It can hold 4 drinks. I also have a backpack cover for covering my wheel when it really starts downpouring. I could cover my wheel so that I don't get electronics failures, hopefully. So I can hold drinks, I can hold some paperwork or some glasses and gloves in here, or whatever I need to do. I have a pizza bag in here so that if I have to take 18-inch pizzas, I can do that. I've been trapped in situations before where I've had to take 18-inch pizzas, and to keep them warm, you basically have to carry them while you're wheeling, and it's really hard, and they're really huge, and it's really gnarly. So I have a pizza bag in there for emergencies, and I also carry a couple trash bags in there for emergencies. For one, if I have to cover myself in the rain, or two, if I have to cover big orders of food in the rain, because I do deliver in the rain sometimes. 3, if you take these and you place them over the food in your bag, it keeps the food a lot warmer than just leaving it in this bag. And I've felt the difference. If you sometimes you're waiting for the food, you get it right from the cooks and you put it right in here, put those bags on it, and you drive it 3 miles to the person's house, it'll still piping hot when you leave it on their doorstep. They get the food still burning hot, and they're like, damn, okay. So anyway, that's my my dashing gear setup I wanted to talk about. So that's my new gear video. I'd use that stuff normally too, even when I'm not just dashing. So let's see what else I got for you here. I wanted to talk about my EX30 suspension upgrade. So I tried the Marty shock, and I was bouncing, Marty on YouTube, electric unicycles. The Unicycle Godfather did an upgrade to the EX30 suspension with a shock that he found on Amazon. That was about 75 bucks or something. And for some reason, I wasn't so happy with that shock. It might have been the adjuster nut or something. I wasn't able to get that one set right. I was bottoming out a lot. So another guy, Jeff, sent me a message about the D&M Torch shock, and I ordered this shock. It was only 50 bucks. I figured, what, 50 more bucks couldn't hurt. And it had a 750 pound spring on it, while the Marty shock had a 1,000 pound spring on it. And so the D&M Torch feels great. The rebound circuit feels perfect, and the rebound knob reacts very well to turning it, and it's proportionate and everything. So I really liked the D&M damper, but I didn't like the 750 pound spring on it. So what I did was I took the 1,000 pound spring off of the Marty shock, and I put it on the D&M Torch damper and took the 750 pound spring off, and I stuffed that in my EX30, and now I'm really doing good. I could jump my EX30 again off of stuff, and I don't bottom out, and I have a really great rebound circuit, a really responsive rebound circuit. So I think I got the best of both worlds. I got the spring from the Marty shock, and I have the damper from the D&M Torch in there together on my EX30, and I'm not bottoming out, and I could jump it, and I have a really responsive rebound circuit to be able to set it to whatever I need to, and now I'm happy with my suspension. If for some reason I find any problems with this though, I'm gonna have to go to one of the scissor linkages, and I'll probably have to get that D&M shock that has the, you know, the coilover or the piggyback reservoir on it or whatever, and I'm gonna have to have the scissor linkage hanging out the back of my wheels. So anyway, for now I'm running the 1,000 pound spring on the D&M Torch, and that is doing good in my EX30. Let's see, I've started to notice that I'm going faster while I deliver food So I got to either back off my speed a little bit, or I'm probably going to need to get a bigger battery on my wheel, like a Master Pro or something, because my EX30, I'm killing batteries too quickly. I'm going 30 miles an hour while I deliver food for 2 hours or whatever, and bam, you're at half battery already. So I can deliver food for about 2 hours before I need to come home. So I might, if I wanted to extend that, I'd probably have to get a Master Pro or 2 Master Pros or something like that. So I'm not able to deliver food for long periods of time. I can get 2-3 hours on the EX30 unless I slow it way down. I guess I'd have to cut it down to 20 miles an hour. I'd probably get more speed, but I'd get less deliveries. So it's like, it's a trade-off. So I might need a Master Pro. I don't know, or something bigger. So there, that's what I wanted to talk about, my battery not being big enough. Also, why am I door dashing? Well, because all this gear, all this fancy gear costs money, and I've door dashed to earn these knee pads. I've door dashed to earn these elbow pads. I've door dashed to earn, a bunch of this stuff, my shoes and stuff like that. So I'm door dashing right now. What I want to earn right now is a Bobblebee backpack. Because I've had an OGO no dragger before, and they were really cool, and it got stolen from me, and I'd like to even try a Bobblebee one because I could use some better back protection. I have some minimal back protection here a little bit, and I have a little bit of back protection in my jacket, and so those two together with a Bobblebee I think would be good, because I hear people hitting Bobblebees with baseball bats, and they can barely feel it. So, and I want to be able to carry it in my lock, and it would be a good place to store all this gear in the Bobblebee while I'm not using it. So I can just grab my Bobblebee, grab my wheel and my helmet, and I'm gone, instead of having all this stuff in my food bag or whatever it is that I have. So I think I'm going to start storing stuff in a Bobblebee here pretty soon, and I've just about earned one. So look forward to my Bobblebee video. Some interesting things I wanted to talk about my foot stamps, my braking tips, and etc. My latest foot stance, it's kind of like a mix between what the Michael Jackson and just 50-50. So when I get it on, I'll do the Michael Jackson. I'll apply on my right foot. I'll lift my heel up a little bit and stand on my toe, and I can use my toe as the gas pedal, and I lift, and I kind of put all the weight on my left heel. So I'll kind of do the U-stride thing if I really need to accelerate crazy. But one thing I've noticed a lot is I'm carving a lot more, and there's a thing where I can do where I'm carving, where I kind of like step on this toe and this heel when I carve that way, and then I switch to this toe and this heel when I carve that way. So I'm going like this when I carve. And after a while, you feel it's like this gyrating motion, and you can just woo, 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 woo when you're carving down the street, and you can zoom, go faster and faster. So I remember when my carves used to slow me down, but now I've found ways to increase the speed while I carve. So I can carve up to about 40 miles an hour now, no problem, which is pretty cool. Some other things I've found is you can kind of reverse the U-stride or the Michael Jackson stance while you're braking. So if you want to accelerate without wobbles, you kind of accelerate, heel up and step on it with your heel here and your toes here, and you push against your pads and to accelerate. Well, if you want to brake really hard without wobbles, there's 2 good ways that I figured out you can do it, and 3 good ways. You could be in the seated stance while you're braking, or you could carve while you're braking, or you can step on your heel toe while braking, and that'll help reduce your wobbles too while you brake. It's kind of like a U-stride brake instead of like a U-stride acceleration, which is definitely weird and interesting. So I'm learning all these crazy foot stance and braking things that are helping me out a lot. I'm at about 1,300 miles now or so in my wheel career. I've got about 1,300 miles total under my belt, and so I'm learning all kinds of stuff, how to mitigate wobbles. I have basically almost reduced the wobbles now and got rid of them until I'm going over 45 miles an hour. So there's one thing I wanted to say about I have a new EX30 board video coming out. There's a new board for the EX30. My old EX30 board fried, and I had to put a new EX30 board in. And when I got it, it was different. It had some connectors, and the top board goes in by connectors now instead of by standoffs and wires, which is actually really cool. But at the same time, I was not able to fit the voltage monitor add-on or upgrade that we did from the original EX30 board into the new EX30 board. So what I'm doing now is I'm down there dremeling boards and testing them very carefully and very slowly, and taking videos of the process while I do it, so that I can put the old EX30 voltage monitor in with the new EX30 boards and display board and all that, and it's still all going to fit in the same case. So I've got that working now. That's coming down the pipe. It's halfway done. Those videos are coming. So also I wanted to talk about, there was a guy who told me the seat I designed that the handle wouldn't last. I don't know why he came up with that. Actually, this stuff protects unicycles and lasts pretty good until you crash it several times and wear through it. So I have crashed my other seat on my unicycle a few times on my EX30, and you guys have seen the crash. I've talked about the crash, and the handles last. It's not going anywhere. So dude out there who told me my handle design on my seat wouldn't last, you were wrong. Put some wood screws in here, and that handle ain't going anywhere. My seat works pretty damn good. I use it all the time. I grab that handle to get to the seated position, and I grab that handle to get out of the seated position. So I stabilize while I'm seating and stabilize while I'm standing with that handle, and it works just fine for me. I love it. Every now and again I'll grab it while I'm seated just to, you know, shift my butt around on the seat or whatever. And so dude who told me my handle wouldn't last, you were wrong. It has crashes on it, it works, and all that other good stuff. So we had the T4. Remember I crashed the T4 last week? We're still waiting for parts on the T4 over here. We ordered the right frame from Alien Rides, but we had a problem, and Alien Rides sent us the wrong part. That would be, they sent us a plastic cover to a frame, and we ordered the frame. So I don't know if they were thinking that we just didn't know what we were talking about and needed the cover, or it was a warranty repair on the frame, or what they were thinking. I don't know, but we talked to them about it, and they got the frame coming. So it took us a wasted a week for us, but we have the new frame coming for our wheel. And I just wanted to talk about, the only other thing I talk about in my wheel career is that I do have a terminal illness. So you guys may see me do things that terminally ill people would do, and that is to take an extra chance here or there, or have some medical marijuana or things like that, because I am sick. I have chronic kidney disease, and I have something wrong with my stomach that they call irritable bowel syndrome, but I don't want to. That just means they haven't found out what it is yet. So if you ask me, and they take a shotgun approach at it and throw all kinds of pills at me that don't work, and this is the only thing that works. So if you see me messing with that now and again, that's why. That's the only thing I use to help with my chronic kidney disease and my symptoms of my stomach. My stomach actually pops out a good 3 or 4 inches sometimes on a bad day over here, and hurts real bad, and I cannot stabilize my stomach, and that's why you'll see me doing that. So I think that's everything I wanted to talk about with regarding my videos and wheel stuff as of lately. Anything else? Oh, one more thing. I came up with this custom pad design concept. It didn't quite work the first time. I think I've taken it down off of my Thingiverse. I'm gonna redesign this. But you can see I was kind of going with like a link together adjustable pad design. I got smaller pieces and bigger pieces. Didn't actually work first time around. I'm going to redesign this soon, and I'll get back on that. But hopefully I'll have my own custom pad set working soon. But yeah, that's my weekly unicycle update videos, and I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Peace.